Welcome. In today's video I'm going to show you how to change the little electric 050, I think it's a 55 turn motor. That's the little motor there. It's quite tiny, but in order for us to change that, all the cabin has to come out, not necessarily the back, but the cabin has to come out, and then we have to take the gearbox out with these two screws. Disassemble the little gearbox, take the old one out, put the new one in, and hopefully put this back together and see how it goes. There are 6 screws for which you have to take out. So these two here, there's other 2, one there and one there, and I think there's 2 more there. We have to take these 2 screws out. Once those are out, the gearbox should come out quite easily, separating half of the axles out, which will come with the gearbox. And then we'll see how the rest goes. So next, in order to take the motor out, you just need to unplug it from there, and it should free the cables. Then the next section should be disassemble these axle joints here, so you can actually open the gearbox in half and unscrew the little motor, because the motor is actually screwed in on this half of the gearbox shell. So in order to open the gearbox in half, there's 3 little screws, that one, and that one there. And that then we should be able to take this half apart, and then this motor should be screwed in to that half. So, because I've opened small gearboxes on FTXs, but I've never opened a gearbox on an FMS. I'm trying to be as careful as I can. There you go. Right, so that's one half of the gearbox. And as you can see, the motor is secured to the other half of the gearbox with these little 2 screws. So I'm going to take them out. 2 screws out. Old motor out, and now we're going to fit this one in. Please keep in mind that you don't put that little screwy thing, I forgot the name for it now, yet, because you need to fit the motor in first in there and then screw it in, and then you put the pinion, that's it, the pinion, only when the motor has been screwed in. Right, so the new motor is in, screwed in, as you can see. And then now what we do is that little plastic pinion goes in the motor. Since we've taken the gearbox apart, we're going to take the opportunity to put a bit of grease. Now with a bit of grease inside, what we have to do is just basically assemble it put it back together. Hopefully because Taking stuff apart is quite easy. Putting it back together, yeah, that's a challenge. And it's just putting the screws back, pretty much. Plug it in and turn it on just before I put the shebang back together, just to test it. And there you go. We've got a functioning motor. You have to align the shafts, put it back together somehow. Ooh, making progress. And then align the screw holes on the gearbox, and then somehow, and I'm going to do a bit of preparation here, somehow we're going to flip this half-assembled truck around whilst holding that gearbox so it doesn't fall apart, and then screwing the gearbox together. I think this is going to be the most challenging bit, because once that gearbox is screwed in, then it's quite easy to reassemble the cabin. So yeah, pray for me. So the gearbox is back together, a couple of screws. That was hard work, proper hard work. The shafts are aligned together, all screwed in, motor in, plugged in. Now we have to put all of this back together, but it should be about 6 screws. I think the challenge here is probably going to be fitting all of these wires back in, but that, compared to the bloody gearbox, this should be easy. All the wires well fitted in. I think there's a bit of mud falling off, so I'm gonna sort this out in a bit, but I think the most important thing first is to secure back the cab. And here we are, back with the battery. Ta-da! And it's working again. The Apache is now back to its happy place as one of my favorite shelf queens. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Click like, subscribe if you like the content, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Cheerio!